So you have 5 main buttons on the home screen. Your first one is your ballast. Second one over is going to be presets. Third one is a depth sounder, showing you what the depth used to be. Fourth one is if you have a rear view camera on the back. And fifth one is going to be your tach RPM. You can send mile per hour RPM out anytime by hitting this button right here. You have go home at the top left hand. That will drain everything and bring all your surf gates and wedges back up. You always have your depth top left hand corner. All your engine vitals are right here. So oil pressure, engine temp, battery volt, time, air lake temperature, compass, docking at the bottom left hand corner. That reduces how sensitive the throttle is. If you have a new docker coming up and they're trying to put the boat onto the lift or onto the dock, it will reduce the signal that the throttle sends back to the engine. So it's good for beginners. When you're in ballast, you can select individual tanks, stop all, fill all, or just fill a single tank. What I like to do when I'm riding and I'm getting close to where I'm riding, I usually hit fill all, and then it'll fill up all the tanks. It shows you your percentages here, as well as on this screen that always stays up on the home screen. When you're surfing, you can hit surf left, surf right, surf center. You can also do that on the Speed Sport Dash. You can control the wedge up and down, as well as wedge up and down from right here. That's all controlled in the presets, which is the next one over. So if I wanted to surf left, all I have to do is highlight that and then hit load. And that's going to turn on my cruise control for 10.6. Tells my left-hand surf gate to come out, starts filling up all the ballast, and it drops my wedge down to 3. 3 and 4 are your main wedge settings when you're surfing. The 4 is going to be closest to 6 you go, the bigger, the pushier the wave. Closer to 1 you get, the longer face, but smaller wave. You can come in and edit these at any time. So if I hit edit, I can hit surf left, punch through next, choose my symbol. If I'm surfing left, right, or center, what speed I'm at, how much ballast is in each tank, and where my wedge is. So like I said, I like 4. And then your auto volume or radio, so how much music comes up when you're going forward. And then all you have to do is hit finish. Next time you highlight surf left and hit load, all those will be applied to the boat. And then you have empty presets down here that you can do the same thing with. Cruise control, this blue is indicating that it is on. This is your set speed, 10.5. You can change the set speed by going up and down right here, or by bumping this up and down. If for some reason I'm done and I want to shift spots, I can just hit go home in the top left hand corner. That's going to drain everything, turn my cruise control off, bring my wedge up. The wedge will only come up if I am moving forward. It's a safety mechanism, so I have to put the boat in gear and go forward, and then it will tell me that my wedge is stowing. Now it's in stowed mode, and it also centers out your surf gates. So go home is a good button if you ever just want to shift areas you're riding, or if you're done for the day and want to drain everything. Cruise control, this is a button when this is on. 10.3 is a button, so if I highlight that, you can change this by large numbers and then hit apply. So now I'm going set for 25 miles per hour. Over here you have all your switches. So anytime you initially start this boat up, the radio is off. You can turn the radio power on right here. This is also a button right here. This is an equalizer, so I can change if I just want music from the tower playing. I can bring that up, and if I want to bring them all back to the same level, I can just hit sync and then bring that back in. To pair up, all you have to do is hit pair and then search for WSBB10 on your phone, and then once you're connected once, you can just select from the list your phone and it'll bring it up. At the bottom you have mixers, which is the same thing as this pop-out window. Auto volume I like to be at 1. That allows me to have some stereo while I'm going forward. Then you have an equalizer. You can change the different sounds that will, how the radio sounds. Next one over is going to be your switches. So you have nav, anchor, interior, and storage lights. And then you can have an all-off button at the bottom. Next one over is going to be your ballast, or I'm sorry, bilge. So you have a forward bilge and a rear bilge and a blower. Anytime you start this boat up, an initial startup, the boat will run for, the blower will run for 5 minutes and then shut itself off. Last one is, this is a Android-based Amazon Run tablet. So if you hook up to the Wi-Fi, you can download all your apps to the background of this. So if you want to download Pandora, Spotify, any of your music, you can download it directly to the boat. So if you have bad cell service and you don't want a Bluetooth, you can do that. Then the bottom left hand corner, you have settings. So there's a lot in the back here. Configuration is my main one I use. You can change the boat's start and stop code, which is currently 1, 2, 3, 4. If speed and throttle, if you wanted to change it to paddle wheel or 0 off, you can use that in here. Paddle wheel gives you true speed over water. 0 off gives you GPS speed over water. So if you're in a lake, you'll want to use 0 off. If you're on a river, you want to use paddle wheel. And then you also have system settings, which allows you to change the appearance of the screen. So if I wanted to change this blue to gold, red, and it changes up here as well. So that is a cool little feature. Your start and stop button are over here. This one powers down everything, all your screens. If you're going to a dock or a bar, you can shut this off and it shuts down the whole boat. You can stop and start the boat all day once the code is entered by using the one on the right. You have a power lift helm seat here, so this raises and lowers the helm chair. Down here you have a redundancy key. This is only for emergencies. If you quarter turn this, your anchor and nav lights will come on. So people will usually leave it in here, but it's only for emergencies and it will start the boat, assuming all of this went down. And here's the dry box storage with USB. On the shifter, this button here is a neutral button. So if you hold that, that little blue light comes on and you put it in gear. You can rev the engine, and then when you pull back out, it takes it out of neutral. You have a kill switch here. This is pull, the boat will not start. Also, if the boat is in gear for some reason, the boat will not start. This also does the volume of the radio. Mute, if you push in, mute songs. If you push to the right or the left, skip songs and go back a song. So I tend to use this a whole lot. It also, up and down, does do the speed control on the cruise control settings. So I also use that a good bit. You have a sensor to dim the screen. The sensor is located right here. So if you have a shirt and you throw it on top, and you see your screen go dark, that sensor is being blocked and it thinks it's nighttime.